Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's do some very unique but fun paper crafting. Stay tuned. So for those of you who have not subscribed to my channel, and there are 43% of you who still aren't subscribed, but you're watching, I would love to have you join this awesome online crafting family. The community, the fellowship, the spirit of this online crafting family is second to none on YouTube. So we would love to have you join. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so that when I upload a new video, you will know. All right, guys, today we're going to do something fun, but very useful. I think that it's a very simple project, but it's just one of those projects that you have to practice a couple of times before you actually are probably going to be satisfied with what you end up making. So we're going to make this awesome gift tube, and it is a large one. It measures 10 inches tall, and the circumference on it is 3.5. So it can hold quite a bit of stuff. And on the front here, I have this awesome rosette. My sister Denise is in the process of really mastering her rosette game, and I think she did an awesome job on this, so I decided I would highlight it on this particular project. And I love how this has turned out, guys. And like I said, I think it's a very simple one. We're going to jump right into it. So to make our project, we're going to need some chipboard. And I'm using a lightweight because I am going to stabilize the bottom of this with the chipboard. And so I'm using this lightweight because it'll be easy to cut out that circle with my scissors. Then we have a decorative piece for the lid, and this measures 4 3/4 by 12. And then we have the box itself, and this measures 10 3/4 by 12. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make the tube portion of this, the box portion. So for the body, I am just using some heavyweight cardstock. If you want, you can actually place some chipboard on the inside, but we're not doing that on this project. We're just going to make it a heavyweight cardstock project, and you'll still end up with a very sturdy box. So with your paper and your scoreboard on the 10 3/4 inch side, let's score this at 3/4 inch all the way across. And then that is all of the scoring that we need to do for this part of our project. So I am just going to take this piece that we scored at 3/4 inch, and I am just going to burnish that score mark. So now here's what we need to do, and I'll do it on this side because it might be easier to see. Basically what I'm going to do is about every 1/8 inch, I'm going to go up to that score mark and just cut slits all the way down. This is how we help to create roundness on our projects, or curves on our projects. So I'm going across the bottom approximately every 1/8 inch, and the smaller you go with these, the easier it's going to be to smooth it out and get a very polished round look at the bottom. If you make these too wide, then what you're going to have is you will be able to see the ridges of where you made those slits. So the closer you can make them together, the better you are. So all we're going to do is go all the way across this and go about 1/8 inch. I'll do the rest of these and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have my ends all trimmed, and there are probably fringe tools out there that you can use for this to get a fringed edge to your project. You know, I've never tried them on this, but you can certainly give it a try. So this is the bottom of our box. So all I'm doing at this point is basically just taking my paper. I want to give it just a little bit of curl. So I am just pulling it like that, and you can see I have a slight curl to my paper. So this part is going to be very simple because all we're going to do is we are going to take this piece and this piece, and we are going to join the two of them together just like this. So to do that, I am going to take my tape. I am going to place a piece of tape right here. And I am not going to go down to where I did the fringe. I am simply going to go above that score mark and place my tape. So now I'm going to remove my tape, and then I'm going to take this, bring it up just like this, and I'm going to start joining it from end to end, making sure that I have the top matched, and I'm going to pick it up and I'll bring it down to the bottom with my tape. Then once I have it down like that, I'm just going to go on the inside with my hand and make sure that I've got my tape nice and stuck. You can use glue on this if you want. So now you can see that we pretty much have a round shape. And then on the bottom, all we're going to do is fold these in just like this. We don't want them coming to the middle. We want them out just like that. And all of this, guys, really is me eyeballing almost everything. So what I'm going to do at this point is I am simply going to place this down just like that. And I am going to trim out just a rough little circle. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be hand cutting a circle, so it's not going to be perfect. For those of you who do have tools to cut out your circles, you can use that. I am doing this craft in this way because I know that not everyone has a circle cutter or a machine that will cut out the circles for them, or even the handheld tools to cut out circles. So I am basically going to trace around this until I have it cut out. And like I said, it's a very rough circle. So once I have it cut out, I'm going to take my circle, place it on the bottom to see how it's going to fit and to see if I need to make any adjustments to it. And I think I can trim off just a little bit. I don't want to trim off too much. So now I'll put it back down. And I need to look at it. All right, guys, so once I think I have a good circled piece for the bottom, I am going to take that piece and just trace it out again because I'm going to cut two of these, one for the inside and one for the outside. Now, if you wanted to, you could actually take some decorative paper and cover yours so that everything is nice and matched. For me, I am simply going to use the raw chipboard for the base. So again, I'm cutting it out, and this time I'm cutting inside of the circle because I need for the inside piece to be slightly smaller than that outside piece because it needs to fit inside of our beautiful tube. So all I'm doing is cutting that out. Then before I do anything, I'm going to take this just to make sure that it'll fit on the inside, and it will. So now at this point, what I am going to do is I am going to take my glue and I am going to place my glue on the larger circle, which will be on the outside. And I want to be real generous with my glue because I don't want any of this coming undone. So I am just putting glue on here like crazy. So now I'm going to take this piece and I am going to lay it down. Get that stuck down. And then I'm going to look at it just to make sure I don't have any portion of that sticking out from the bottom. When I'm satisfied with how I have it down, I am going to take my big old spatula and just help to get that chipboard stuck down. So now, as you can see, we've got our nice little tube ready for the inside piece. So on the inside piece, I am going to take my glue. So for the inside piece, I am going to take my glue, place my glue all over that. Then I am going to have to take my hand, place it on the inside, and lay it down. So there you can pretty much see that we have got a nice base on this, and it's nice and sturdy. So whatever you want to put in it, it's going to hold it very well. And look at how nice and round that is. So now if on the bottom you want to take a spatula or a ruler and just really go along the edges, if you have those slits kind of protruding, that will help to lay them down even more. And you can see just how much smoother that is becoming just by giving those a nice burnishing and buffing them into place. So now we have the makings of a really sweet round box that we can give as an awesome gift. So now guys, we are going to make our lid, and you're going to see just how easy it is to make the lid for this. So to make our lid, we are going to need our piece that measures 4 3/4 by 12. And on the 4 3/4 inch side, we are going to score this at 3/4 of an inch. Then we're going to score it at 2 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to fold and burnish the 2 score marks. And now we simply need to take this large piece, tape it down or glue it down to this large piece. And I am going to tape mine, but like I said, you can glue it. So I am just going to place my large tape right in the corner and run it all the way across. And then I'm going to trim away that piece. Then I'm going to lift up the large piece. And then I'm going to place down a second piece because I want the whole thing covered. So I have that down just like that. I'm going to peel this up. And I'll take this piece and I'm going to fold it over. And I will get everything nice and stuck. So this will be the portion of the lid that will sit here. All right guys, so now what we need to do, we folded this over and we need to do the same thing that we did before. So we are just going to make cuts up to the score mark. We're not going to go through it. And we're going to make those cuts about 1/8 of an inch all the way across. And this is how we are going to create our lid. So I am going to finish cutting this out all the way across. Then I'll be back and we can put our beautiful lid together and complete this awesome box. All right, guys, so I have got our lid cut and trimmed. And so it's going to be very easy what we do. We're simply going to take it, wrap it around until you get the tightness that you want. And then all I'm going to do is slip it off, and we are going to add some glue or tape, whichever one you want. And I'm going to place my glue right here. Do not place any glue on your flaps. Then I'll bring over this piece. So then once you have it joined, put it on and do a test fit. If it's loose enough to go on like this, then you have a good lid. If it's too tight, you simply need to go to the joining point and separate it just a little bit by moving it out. Mine is fine, so what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to take my bone folder, go on the inside, and get that smooth. So then we do it just like we did the bottom. We're simply going to fold this in just like this. And now I can take my lid and place it on and bring those pieces in just like that. So now what we need to do is we need to cut out a piece that will go on the top. So what I'm going to do is bring in some extra red paper because I want it to match. And I am just going to hold this down. And again, I am going to rough trace a circle. And so once I have my circle traced, I am simply going to trim it out. And I'm going to go inside of the circle to do my trim. And like I said, this is a rough trace. If you have a tool that will allow you to be more exact, by all means use it. But for those who don't have all the bells and whistles, this is still a great way to get the look without having all of those bells and whistles. So once we've made our first cut, let's go ahead and take this, place it on the top, and see if we need to make any adjustments to it. I'm okay with that, so what I'm going to do at this point is I am going to take my glue, just like we did on the bottom, and I am going to place my glue all around my circle. So then I'm going to take my lid, go ahead and place it on my box so that I can have my round shape, and then I'm going to take that topper piece and place it down. And now I can take it off and open this, and I'll go on the inside and just make sure I have everything nice and stuck. All right, guys, so now what we're going to do is I have another circle that I've cut out, and we're going to place this on the inside to cover the mechanics of all of those 1/8 inch cuts that we made. So I'm going to take that, place it down on the inside, and then I'll use my bone folder just to go on the inside and get everything nice and stuck. So now I have my sweet little box with my lid all done. And now I'll take my spatula and just smooth out where there might be any ridges. And don't you think that that is so pretty? And like I said earlier on this one, my sister made this rosette, so I thought it would look great on this one. And then here she also made this rosette. And then on this one, I am going to take just a little bit of glue, and I am going to place it right here. And we'll give that a moment to set up. And so there, guys, there we have it. I think this is just absolutely stunning. So easy to make. This makes a great way of doing home decor for the holidays. Makes a great way to gift larger items. This is truly, truly a little statement maker. And it is so stinking cute. I have this dressed up for Christmas, but as you guys know, any season, any reason, any gender. Just change your papers, and that's what you're able to do with these projects. So I am going to bring the other one back in so that y'all can see all of this crafty, circular goodness. These are stunning. So guys, I hope that this has inspired you. And I hope that you have liked this video. If you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. Look at what we just made. So you guys, have a great day. Stay safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.